Welcome back everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore and this is Divinity Original Sin 2. So last video was actually a little shorter than expected, that's okay. So there's the internal storm blade, which sounds neat except for the fact that it's one-handed and I have no use for one-handed weapons. But we did get this mushroom, so I guess we didn't go completely empty-handed. Alright, so we got some sentinels down there. Needless to say, the sentinels will probably activate. Let's take a look at their stats ahead of time. Alright, some of them are weak against air, but completely immune to poison and some other junk. The one over here is pretty much the same thing, even though it's different looking. Major differences is just looks like the projector is just stronger overall, besides the slightly reduced mana shield. That's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and pop some of this junk. Go! Grab.
Embedded in the stone stands an ancient and venerable sword, as sharp and as strong as the day it was made.
Grasp the hilt.
It feels good, cool to the touch, and a perfect fit for your hand.
Pull.
The sword does not budge.
Lay a second hand upon the hilt, brace yourself and heave.
The sword slides smoothly free, but the silence of the cave is broken by the clank and whir of machinery. Uh-oh.
It's a special occasion when the narrator says uh-oh. Alright, let's play then. Despite the fact that this is labeled red, it's blue. It's labeled blue on the tags above. Anyway, let's deal with these guys the only way I know how. Violently. I can hit them both like that if I really want to, but I don't. I'm trying to do this right now, and then... Alright, can I kill them both? It'd be pretty tough to do. Yep, I did. Okay. Other one's still alive, that's fine. I don't really need to do anything else, so yeah, I'll just finish you off. Alright, next I need to deal with you somehow. Indeed it is. Alright, due to rain.
Glory is mine.
Alright, and then... Okay, that froze them both. They are weak against air, so... But they are immune to shock. They're hovering, so they don't take any ground damage or anything like that. That easy. More of these phase capacitors and junk. I can use that to make some fancy armor again. Because every time I make that fancy armor, it'll be higher level. Alright, we did get a sword. I guess I should look at it. Stun, shock... Oh, stun for 2 rounds. That's actually pretty decent. Plus 3 memory, plus 6 initiative, increased critical chance and damage. It's not too shabby at all. But I don't use one-handed weapons, so it's just going to be probably sold. pretty sure there's no spirits down here. I forgot to check. Anything else over here? Oh, there's some vases and stuff we missed too. Probably not important, and that's some nice glitching there. I gotta remember you guys can't see my mouse, but I'm pretty sure you can see the highlights that whenever I hold down Alt. Okay, and then I'm just gonna teleport across. She can catch up. Skeleton, nothing on it. Oop, and a mushroom. Don't really need the mushrooms because those just make healing potions, and when's the last time I've ever used a healing potion? Divine ring. So we're at the point where our lucky charm is now providing freaking divine items, so definitely can't complain about that. Level 17 ring, warfare, hydrosophist, geomancy, and necromancy. Pretty good shit. Get rid of the prophecy. Obviously, I'm going to keep the rings I have on Rumia because I want the wits, so I can keep my crit up as high as possible. Yeah, so we'll drop the prophecy because I like to keep the constitution. There you go. In there. Alright, I gotta check something real quick once I get out of this cave, but I'll be right back when that happens. Pretty much we just took a big sidetrack. This area, as far as I know, has no purpose besides that item. Okay. Oh. Well, I accidentally hit tab and it put me in like combat mode or something. I don't know what that was about. Never knew that. I never hit tab before, so I guess that's the first. Anyway. Just seeing if there's anything else that we could mess around with. It doesn't look like it. Freaking the elves are above us, which is not helpful at all. We'll go ahead and loot the stuff here. Ignore the turtle. I don't have Pet Pal, so no point in talking to them. Someone asked why I had a problem with Pet Pal, and I don't actually have a problem with it. It's just I have no interest in using it. And I'm pretty sure nearly every playthrough on YouTube probably has Pet Pal. So, that in the game just takes long enough as it is. Anyway, this is a Black Ring camp. They're going to be pissed off at us.
A hulking Black Ring captain glares at you with his one eye. The other one, a weeping socket surrounded by recent burn wounds.
Nothing worthwhile.
You're not one of mine. You're not from headquarters either. Explain yourself, or I'll open you up and rip out an answer myself.
Ah, Captain, please let this one pass. She's a loyal disciple of the God King. A clandestine agent working against our enemies. I can vouch for her.
So this is the guy we saved back in back near the that oil camp or whatever it was.
Your mystery advocate gives you a pointed look. It suddenly comes back to you. An execution of Black Ring prisoners halted at the Black Pits and a grateful life spared. That same prisoner speaks on your behalf now.
I just said that, narrator.
She saved my life, in fact.
All right. Pass freely and don't interfere with a conjurer.
Okay. So pretty much if you talk to him, he'll be like, all right, debt repaid. If you do anything, we'll kill you. And you know, I wouldn't do anything, would I? Like, who does that?
Losa looks pale and unfocused. She doesn't...
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna just start, you know, casting buffs right now. And that. And a little bit of haste that can, you know, get the blood pumping. And then I'm just gonna go straight for the Conjurer, which is right up here.
The Conjurer pays you no heed. She has eyes only for the portal swirling ahead.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's read the quest stuff and then I'll reapply the buffs. Because I was expecting a trigger to happen. The Black Ring are flooding the temple using portal magic. So yeah, this Conjurer here is literally... You can see the portal's right here, and it's just... the water just swirling down into it and pouring into the temple back in the other area. It's a pity, because, you know, that one guy was, you know, kind enough to be like, you know, hey, this person saved my life, but Black Ring are jerks, and quite frankly, he's not a nice guy either. Much like most people in this freaking world. So... there we go. Let's deal with the Conjurer first. So we've got a bunch of experience for that because we just destroyed the Conjurer that was making the portal, so the portal's gone now. We do have a bunch of other issues to deal with, but, you know, one thing at a time. We'll go ahead and pass our turn for right now. Let them come to us. So Nikor, of course, has no stats, so he's practically worthless. So what I can do here is just blast you with 1 and blast you with 2. Not quite enough. That's okay. Ooh, Frost Grenade. Alright. Let's, I'm chilled at the moment, which kinda sucks. But it's not the end of the world. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teleport this, yeah, I'll teleport this fella over here. And then I'm gonna get about here. Okay, took care of that. Oh wow, I didn't actually crit. That sucks. Oh. Yeah, she's taunted, so I don't have control over her. She's gonna favor the guy that's currently, doing the taunting. Ouch. Oh, congratulations, you actually did damage to me. I'm just gonna do this, just so I don't freeze myself. Gotta love that 1 in 20 chance of missing. Alright. Level 16 belt, don't need it.
The spirit of the conjurer looks around in confusion, seemingly oblivious to you.
Black Captain has a black mirror. I believe we picked up one of these. I think we looked at a black mirror earlier. You can actually use this to communicate if you want to actually take the side of the black ring. But since we're not taking any sides, that's a non-issue for us. In fact, we might as well just throw it away. Finesse boots, don't really need it. Sneaking, movement, dodging. I might put them on just for some extra armor. I mean, they're legendary, so you know what? Why not? There we go. I can go there.
The spirit sways from foot to foot, as if dazed from a fist fight. He looks right through you, hollow eyes empty and endless, the fugiline color of the void. The tiniest glimmer of light flickers in them, then dies out.
Look deeper into his eyes, seek the source of the flicker.
Gazing into his eyes, you see the tiny spark of source flicker again. Catching it like a pearl, you see a reflection on its surface. The spirit as a younger man. You see him joining the black ring, zealous and proud.
Burnish the pearl and look closer.
You see his commander, a shadowy, horrifying figure that seems to flit in and out of existence. You see the recruit's determined eyes, heading for battle with the Magisters. You see him captured by Dallis, chained and leashed. You see him deep in a cave, using source to break through a magical barrier, trying, failing, trying again, failing in exhaustion. The source pearl you gaze into grows dark and disappears. You are left with the endless blackness, blacker than black, of the spirit's depthless eyes.
Okay. Alright, looks like we got most of the stuff here. Some of these books. Hew and hack from the elder tree, slice and slash from the elven seed, then in the blood of grapes immerse a masterwork rune will soon emerge. And that one we've read before. See that, or we already done the recipe for it. Alright, let's reapply this just in case, and head over this way. Hey, a starfish. Worth 100 gold. Definitely short on gold right now. Ancient human skull. Large physical armor potion. Alright, well that takes care of this part. Alright, we managed to stop the stop the portal that was flooding the temple. The waters ought to recede now. So yeah, with that we can actually go and check out this area. There's also a confused crocodile there. Not gonna worry about it. Sure, we'll grab the fish. Yeah, this is Temple of Roggear, which is the god of orcs, I believe. I haven't really done anything with orcs since we started. Alright, got our autosave. Yeah, this place is pretty wrecked because it got flooded. The book contains an old fable of Vrogir, god of orcs, and when Vrogir stood against the enemies of the orcs, fit of body and mind, he had but one aim in mind, to crush them into darkness. Yet that was not to be the way of it, for Vrogir became enlightened that very night. He received a vision bathed in light, in which he saw that leading his enemies to the light of truth would turn them from foe to friend, strengthening his forces and gladdening the hearts of his people. And lo, did Vrogir wake and follow the path of light, and from then on light did shine on Vrogir and all his sons and daughters. Ancient key. That'll probably be useful at some point. Jump across.
If I understand this correctly, it reads, walk safely in Vrogir's path.
So,
It looks like this place gave the Black Ring a bloody nose. Best be careful ahead.
So from the spears that are sticking out of these bodies here, this area is trapped. Like, heavily trapped.
The spirit of a Black Ring Defiler frantically drags something, or someone, backwards with both hands. He glances around for help as he retreats. Something beneath his heel clicks.
Help! Somebody douse the flame! Douse the flame!
A spectral arrow suddenly lodges itself between his eyes with a hollow thwack. His face turns slack and confused before he collapses backwards in a heap. The spirit of a Black Ring Witch flails and writhes on the floor, engulfed by ghostly flames. An unseen force hauls her backwards, as if to bring her to safety. The faint sound of an arrow being loosed echoes through the hall. Whatever force has been dragging the witch abruptly stops. She goes limp. The flames consume her.
So yeah, there's these tiles here. Those tiles will actually are traps as well, and they don't disappear after
Look out!
you step on
I
them.
see a trap nearby.
And then there's of course the mines that are all over the place.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Yep. So that's what happens when you step on a tile.
Careful. I've spotted a trap. Careful. I've spotted a trap. Careful now. That's a trap.
You can tank most of this, so it's not a big deal.
An ancient-looking lever stands before you. It's still damp from the recently receded floodwaters.
Take a closer look at the lever.
There's a small slot in the side of the lever, almost like a keyhole.
Insert the key into the slot and pull the lever.
A deep rumble heralds the wall beyond sliding downwards, a hidden door.
Alright, so that's what that key was for. Not sure what would happen if you pulled it without it. There's an orc priest there. Red staff. Don't really need it since we don't have anyone that actually uses any staves, but if I ever switch, it's a heck of a good staff. There's the altar. I'll get that in a bit. Chaos War. 1233 AD, the Chaos War, widely acknowledged as one of the Cranley Hubert finer pieces, at least according to the note on the flyleaf, which is written in his own handwriting. This is the Great War as seen from a comfortable chair in a study in Arx. The great hero Lucian lulls the Black Ring into a false sense of superiority and then destroys them all, sacrificing his own life in the act. His body returns home to Arx to great fanfare and grief. A single footnote mentions the unfortunate deaths of an unspecified number of elves. Probably because of death fog.
Before you is the spirit of a priestess, an orc priestess. She's an imposing warrior monk, but gripped with terror as she gazes upon something looming over her from across the hall. She staggers back a few steps. An echoing roar fills your ears, rushing water. The priestess turns to flee, but is suddenly blasted off her feet by an immense, unseen force.
Okay.
I've spotted something.
Eternal artifact. About that.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Wow, traps are up here too.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Traps for some empty vases. That's okay. Alright, give me one moment. Alright, let's get going. Got another spirit to talk to, and then go talk to the altar first, I suppose.
Kneeling before the altar is the spirit of another orc, a priest. He produces an ornate dagger and slices open the palm of his hand. Around him, the sound of rushing water grows.
Rogier, I am your servant to my last breath.
He daubs the altar with his spectral blood and bows. The roar of water intensifies. He is suddenly swept forward. His skull hits the altar with a crunch. The grim drip, drip, drip of floodwater and the bloated body at your feet make this place feel more like a defiled tomb than a temple. Nevertheless, you approach the altar.
Kneel and mutter a prayer to Rogier.
Your vision clouds, and you open your eyes to a dark glade. Before you lies a bull, trapped beneath a fallen tree. It stares at you with malevolent eyes. As you watch, it transforms to a bear, claws digging into the earth as it struggles to dislodge the log. You blink, and it turns again. A gorilla now. It's vaulted back, pushing hard against the wood. After a few more minutes' struggle, it slumps to the ground, defeated, and its contemptuous eyes return to you. Strength, it barks gutturally. Give me your vigor.
Oh yeah, so this is another situation where I could be paying a price for this. Ask your god to intervene just once. You don't want to be left weakened by some god.
You feel your god slip out of your body and skitter across the ground to Vrogir. As you watch, ants start to pour out of the tree's trunk, scurrying towards the ape. As the insects flow over the gorilla, it starts to thrash in panic. It screams in pain as the ants start to bite every piece of exposed flesh. Blood starts to match his fur, and Vrogir glows with an inner light. He grows brighter and brighter until his body bursts into bright yellow flames, burning the ants away. The blinding force of the flames pushes you back, driving you away from the glade, away from the vision, and away from the altar.
Alright, so now we know that he is the sun symbol. Yep, Vrogir's aligned with the sun. Alright, let's go through that secret door that we unlocked. Go from there. There's the Knight of Rogir.
Careful! I've spotted a trap. Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Alright, that's a physical trap that's repeatable.
The spirit of another orc stands before you, but this one is formidably armored and extraordinarily angry.
Dogs, skulking vermin, cowards.
He hurls the warhammer away with a final yell before turning to you with a deep scowl, panting for breath that he no longer needs.
Godwoken, you're here. Did you kill the Black Ring runts who defiled Rogir's temple, who flooded this sacred temple, rather than test me in battle?
Say that you killed them all.
Good. Heretics deserve only death. This temple was a fortress. My traps made it untouchable, unpassable. That weasel, that sallow man, he responded not with strength, but with soggy cowardice, and made me look the fool. Face me, you milk-livered mouse!
Ask about the orcs. What came of them?
The world grew too civilized for us. No plunder, no glory, nothing to make our hearts quicken. My people left you to your cities and farms and soft beds. They went far in search of a place where they could be alive. But I am a knight of Verogir. I stand vigil. I do not know what became of them.
Knight of Rogir boots. It's level 16 strength boots with strength, two-handed, and plus movement. It's actually pretty decent. Give us a nice boost in damage. And sorry about the messages.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Bunch of Shadowrun stuff I'm having to deal with, unfortunately. Gloves. Level 16 strength gloves. I think I already got better. Yep, definitely got better.
Careful. I've spotted a trap. Careful now. That's a trap.
Okay. Now that is a haul. Alright. So yeah, I can't get any further over here. Let's see what we got. Some new robes. Level 16 robes, not too bad. Kinda want to keep the vest for now though. Finesse gloves. Critical chance. Fortunately I don't... Oh, technically I do have finesse. Where am I getting finesse from? From the Shadow Prince's signet. Yeah, not really that fantastic. Okay. This will get you some extra armor. That's about it. I mean, thievery's alright. I don't need it. And of course we got some strength armor, which I already have better thanks to the armor of Eternals. Okay, so with that, we are done with this temple. Whoop. We were almost done with that temple until I saw that vase there. Yes, I'm coming back for just the vase. Yeah, I could have missed that 4 gold. Worth it. Alright. Let's get out of here. And we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Just gonna click right here and see what happens. Ouch.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Ouch. Yeah, it's not really that threatening. I got hit with I think I got hit with 1 bolt, which only did 196 damage. Oh, oh, actually, it pierces. It actually pierces armor, so that's actually slightly painful. That's okay. That's what first aid spells for. All right, bye bye, crocodile. All right, so we've done Amadia, Zoroastissa, we've done dwarves, and we've done orcs. We still need to do Rallic, we still need to do the elves, and technically we still need to do the imps, but I don't know how to get into the place with the imps. Alright, what we want to do is go here and deal with Rallic. This is the point where it's like, it's supposed to you essentially have to pick a side, but I end up just killing both sides. Give me 1 moment. Alright, onwards. We already looted the skeletons. Improvised staff. Alright, so stuff's gonna happen here.
As if from nowhere, a sweating warrior appears before you.
Need arrows, but I don't really need to buy them. And unfortunately my buffs are wearing off.
Who the hell's be yow?
Tell him to back the hells off.
If yow not be with the God King, yow be against. So rejoice, I bring yow death.
So yeah, I'm actually classified as allied with the Magisters at the moment. We'll correct that issue in a second. Stung slightly. Alright, so what we want to do is, one, reapply haste on you. Apply peace of mind onto you. Yourself some restoration. Actually, you know what? I'll just deal with this guy back here for a bit. Yeah, why not? Deal with him and let the Magisters deal with their thing. Oh, I got a turn already. Well, that didn't work out at all, did it? So yeah, the issue is I actually can't target these guys because they are classified as allies. So I'm gonna have to kind of do that stupid thing I did before. You know what? I'm just gonna end turn. Okay, that one I can go and kill. He has Shackles of Pain up. I can also potentially kill them just through raw damage. Yeah, with Shackles of Pain, yeah, damage goes to her. Do that for a bit. That's a wolf. Wow, you missed. You failed at life. Alright. Just gonna teleport over here. Yeah, we'll just teleport. I'm not gonna detonate anything. The wolf's gonna end up attacking me, so I might as well attack them all. Thank you. Takes care of them. Then I'll just run back. Nope, I accidentally buffed that archer. That's okay. Okay, he went invisible. Not that that really helps him. That reactive shot doesn't really do shit, does it? Or if it does, I don't really notice it. Now you're necro-fired. And you're blinded. Good stuff. Place your bets. Doing some damage. She's cursed, so her accuracy's the shit. And she's blinded. Okay. That's better. Here, we'll back off. That's fine, you can attack me, that's fine. Just trying to get out of your way, guys. Just leave me alone. Got the mark going. And now you're decaying. Jeez. Definitely in trouble. Good job on getting yourself necrofired. Alright. Keep going. They would, if you fight this fight normally, whichever side you allied with will talk to you and be like, hey, you can go and get support. The magisters will put you towards the elves, because that's where a certain NPC is at that you could potentially side with. Of course, we're not going to side with that particular NPC for numerous reasons. Damn, they're just getting wrecked. She's dead. So all's left is the archer. He's about to go down. Oh yeah, that's some good damage there. Get tactical retreat away. Steam arrowed. That's not helpful at all. Oh, that was beautiful, but not useful. Yeah, they're moving towards me now. Kinda wish they didn't. This guy's gonna die in about one shot, as long as he gets hit once. Then I can finally end this. Thank you. Okay, now we can kill everybody else. And just in time, too.
The Reaper for me.
1710 damage. That's some good damage. That should be enough to kill him. There we go. We'll avoid picking up the mirrors because we don't need them. So this place is going to be filled with dead bodies, dead spirits now.
my thanks to you and your friends. I had never died before. I felt so much pain, so much fear. It was delicious. A shame I shall not taste death again once my lord returns. But when he does, you will beg for the sweet aroma of death.
It looks like he won't have much to do until his lord returns.
Oh no. There you are quite mistaken. I have already taken his covenant, and he rewards his loyal followers.
Interesting. Never had that happen before.
Do not fear. I will return. We shall all return. It is the God King's will.
So yeah, the God King can literally restore his followers from death.
The spirit of a paladin surveys the corpses before him. His own lies near that of a magister.
A good death.
Just agree and ask what they were doing here.
Our duty. At last. The Divine Order, united under its true leader. I just hope we aren't too late to stop all of this madness.
He glances at the corpses once more. A flicker of regret registers across his spectral features.
My duty ends here, though. Hopefully the others made it.
The spirit of a magister brandishes her sword in one hand, while the other is clasped to a wound in her side. She throws a hasty glance over her shoulder.
There's too many of them. Get the bishop to the Elven Temple. We'll hold them off as long as we can.
So yeah, Bishop Alexander is here.
She turns her attention forward once more, her eyes darting between foes in several directions.
Wait, Alexander is here. This Elven Temple may warrant investigation.
You frown with surprise. Alexander vanished along with all the others when the Lady Vengeance breached the Hall of Echoes. You assumed he was dead.
The enemy of my enemy isn't always my friend. If I see Alexander, I'll be sorely tempted to finish him off once and for all.
Oh, won't he be ever so happy to see us? This is going to be extra fun.
I agree, Lusa. Alright, looks like we got those. That's Paladin Cyril's arm, which you can eat to get additional information, but we don't need it. Apparently there's a sword somewhere that I can't reach. That's a little weird.
The spirit of a Magister priestess swipes her staff in wide arcs through the air. She turns and spots something.
Wargs! Sir, watch out! Get away from him, you foul creature!
Wow, that was actually somewhat accurate. But really the thing you should have been watching out for was Rumia.
A ghostly cacophony reaches your ears, the snarl of a beast and the screams of a man. The priestess lunges forward to help someone unseen. There's another scream, cut short by a wet crunch. The priestess falls backwards, clutching a severed arm in paladin garb.
Magisters and paladins fighting alongside each other. A rare sight indeed.
Alright. Dead paladin. No additional information. There's an arrow shaft. More paladin up here. A holy hand grenade. All holy hand grenades do is it's essentially a healing grenade. Useful against undead, but or for healing, I guess, if you really need it. Black Ring Diary.
The spirit of a woman in strange armor stands before you. Visible on her breastplate is the seal of Rallick. She casts an imperious eye over you.
Godwoken, you're late. The world bleeds while you dawdle.
Good to see you too.
Linger no more. The trials await.
Note that she is neither the Black Ring or the Divine Order. Who is she?
I was, a Knight of Rallick. I was tasked with guarding his presence upon this holy island. Before that, I was the same as you, a Godwoken.
She looks you over once again. The judgmental arch of her eyebrows suggests you're less than she had hoped for.
Perhaps not exactly like you, but I heard the call and came here to face the trials of the gods. I was not chosen for divinity. Instead, I stayed here and guarded this temple. The Black Ring ended my vigil. They came, intent on destroying this place. I fought them off as long as I could, but there were too many.
Say that you seek the Council of Seven. Does she know how to access it?
The altars shall show the way, but only to those deemed worthy. Bow and pray to each altar. The way may be revealed to you then, or it may not. If the gods do not choose you to progress, then you'll likely share my fate.
Ask the spirit if she knows why she wasn't chosen to become the next divine.
There was a reluctance in my heart. A lingering doubt. To be divine is to shoulder a great responsibility. Deep down, I didn't want that responsibility for myself. The gods must have sensed my unwillingness. Still, I wanted to serve them. I became a Knight of Rallick that day.
Decide against mentioning what has become of the gods and say that you'll try the altars.
Make haste then. The Void's power is growing. It must be stopped.
Alright, let's see how this altar goes. I'm pretty sure this is a freebie because our god is Rallick. He'll just probably give it to us. I know when I was playing as Sybil, I believe what Rallick wanted was my eyes, and if you accept his price, you supposedly go quote-unquote permanent blind. But you can. There was a trick back then. I don't know if it's still active, but if you have the blindfolds from the arena, you can just equip the blindfold and then remove it, and it will restore your blindness, or restore your sight rather. I think what I ended up doing is I just told him to fuck off and had my god just force the answer out of him.
The altar stands before you, flecked with moss and the cracks of age. An ant crawls across the surface, dipping in and out of the inscription that's engraved on the rock. In honor of Rallick, first of the gods and patron of humanity.
Kneel before the altar, whispering a quiet prayer to your god. Perhaps here in his own temple you'll be able to talk to him.
As your prayer drifts away on the breeze, you feel the world around you shift. You open your eyes to a courtyard with wooden targets and practice posts scattered about. A man stands in the center of the court, his face turned towards the sun, his eyes wide open. He's old, grey hair matted against his skin, but you still recognize him, Rallick. He doesn't look over as you approach. It's only when you're standing right beside him that you see that his eyes are clouded and grey as his hair. He is completely blind. "Go, Godwoken," he croaks, a faint smile on his face. "Go and do your duty." The vision fades, and you stand once more in the shadow-speckled glade of Rallick's temple. Looking down at the altar, you see a faded symbol for the sun carved into the rock.
Alright, we learned that Alexander sought shelter at the Elven Temple in the northern part of the island, and then we learned that Rallick is aligned with the sun. Well, that was a good talk. I mean, he didn't say anything to us. There's a Paladin Sword, which I think I had the same issue as before. The Paladin Sword I think is under the world right now, and you can't actually reach it. It is what it is, though. That's the Temple of Rallick portal, which... okay. We can go this way real quick. Pretty much just about done with this video. So Probably afraid all the brakes. Alright, we got the waypoint. That's good. There's the black ring, of course, ahead. Up here is where we were before. So yeah, if you still had the succubus, you could trick these guys that let you pass, but I'm just gonna kill them. But we'll probably do that next time.
Losa looks pale and unfocused.
I wasn't trying to talk to Losa, I was trying to look at a tree stump. Oh, there's a troll up ahead. You can actually get past that troll in certain ways.
Better to knock it all down and start again.
Okay, and there are wolves up here. Okay, that's the lunar gate. It's over here. Oh, that's the doors. Okay. Alright, well, so we got a few more locations to deal with. There's a certain item we still need to find, I think, but we'll deal with that when it comes. Alright, I am D Depressed Viewer. This was Divinity Original Sin 2. See you guys later.